We move away from Alton Park in Cheshire to Croft in North Yorkshire. It's weekend 6 of 10, round 16, 17 and 18, and it takes part round this old airfield circuit. And it's time for qualifying. Welcome everyone to qualifying. Let's go straight down to Louise Goodman and Tim Harvey, who walked round the pits earlier on today.
Fantastic, the car's been on form, we're working incredibly well as a team together, and yeah, hopefully we can continue it.
So championship leader coming into Croft, which of course means you've got 1 second of hybrid for qualifying this afternoon. How much of a difference is that making?
Yeah, a bit for sure. I mean, especially when my teammates have got quite a large amount of hybrid, and you know, we can see on the data just how much it's worth. So I really wish I did have it, but you know, that's what happens when you're leading the championship. You know, I mean, it's that's the whole point of the championship, try and even it up a little bit, and it's definitely doing its job. You know, it's tricky. I just did FP2 with it there, and it's nothing, you know. I mean, by the time you press it, it's basically over. Yeah. So, yeah, it's not going to be worth hardly anything at all. But we just got to, you know, have a nice, consistent run of it. Hopefully, it stays wet for qualifying because we've been really good in the wet, and we can then, you know, stick it somewhere at the front for tomorrow.
Jake, you weren't by any chance using that 1 second of hybrid when you got the car completely crossed up coming out the final corner?
Harsh, Tim.
Craig wanted me to go to the patch on slicks, and it was very much raining. And I thought, well, you know, now's a perfect time to get my drifts in. So, yeah, you can call me the SVG of Great Britain. Just lighting the rears up and having some fun.
Yeah, styling it out, Aussie V8 style. But look, back to Croft and this weekend. Slight change in tyres from last year. Last year we ran all 3 compounds. This year we've got 2 soft races and 1 hard. How do you think that changes your strategy?
To be honest, Tim, I mean, if all goes well, it'll be exactly the same as we had at Alton Park, which obviously worked out pretty well. Obviously, the rule we've got this year for touring cars is everyone in the top 10 has to then run the hardest compound for the following race. So unless someone takes a bit of a gamble and manages to stick in the top 10 with a hard tyre and then go soft, you know, that's the other way you can do it. But
or do a Josh Cook and come from the back.
Yeah, or do a Josh Cook. And Josh timed it to perfection. You know, I mean, all the others, I mean, I think there was 3 of us that managed to stay ahead of all of the rest of the soft tyre runners, myself included. So you can make it work, the opposite strategy, but at the same time, I think if we play our cards right, we'll be in the top 10 quite happily for race 1, hard for race 2, and then back to the soft for race 3.
But that's perfect for you, really, isn't it? Because it's like all the cherries are lining on the fruit machine, because it's going to be a hot day tomorrow. Yeah. The BM loves the soft tyres, so 2 races and on BMW favourite track, that's really good for you.
It should. The recipe's there, you know, to try and get a good result for all of us. I mean, you know, Colin's extremely good around this circuit. He's got a lot of hybrid, so from my side, I'm hoping he can take some points away from Tom and Ash, and obviously I can stay on the back of Tom and Ash at the same time. So I'm not expecting a miracle from this one, to be honest. You know, I've struggled here the last couple of years. I don't know why. It just hasn't really gelled with me. But then we're going to some of my favourite tracks: Knockhill, Silverstone, Donington, Brands. So yeah, this one we might have to take a bit of a hit, but I will come back.
Well, I mean, this is one you shouldn't really have that attitude, in the sense that you actually should be thinking, I've got to maximise it here. This is all the things aligning well. Does that pressure you put on yourself, and by being championship leader, how are you dealing with that?
No, I'm totally open to it. You know, I really am. I'm not coming here thinking, oh, it's been bad the last couple of times I've been here. You know, we're going to struggle. No, the car felt amazing in FP2. I'm really, really happy with it. The best BMW I've had here for the last 2 years that I've been driving for them. And, you know, I'm feeling on top of the world. I really am. But there's the lack of hybrid. You know, we're going to struggle. For whatever reason, the front-wheel drive cars seem to just have the edge on us rear-wheel drive cars in qualifying. I don't know why. They can just deliver more. There's more of a deficit between you know, their race pace and their qualifying pace, whereas for us we stay quite consistent. So qualifying is a bit of a struggle, especially when I haven't got much hybrid, but we do come back in the race.
We will see you out there for qualifying later.
Best
Have a
of
good
luck.
one.
Cheers, guys.
We're going to go for a bit of a wander down the pit lane and catch up, because there's a couple of guys right down at the far end of the pit lane that I'd like to have a word with. But I'm just thinking, as we go past Tom Tilton's garage here, we've got a couple of familiar names racing in. We've got some of the historic cars here, which, contrary to popular opinion, you don't act. So nice to see Sam Tordorf back here at a touring car race.
Yeah, and I won't spoil it, but he's on pole. He's got his big Ford Falcon out there and stretching the legs round here. He's put it on pole, and they are great cars to watch. I think they're a great addition addition to the TOCA support programme.
Very much looking forward to seeing those. Right, here's a couple of guys I wanted to have a word with. Dive on in. Mikey, come on in the middle. And Aaron. Two guys, you jump in here, Aaron, as well. I've got to start with talking about round 3, Alton Park. What a race that was. I mean, Mikey, let's start with you. So close to that win, but nonetheless, to lead home a 2-3, first ever double podium for the team was quite something, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a mega race, mega result for the team. I was going into that race not really knowing what to expect. I didn't think that with such a small reverse grid and the title fighters being so close behind me that I would actually hold on to the lead for as long as I did, and then every lap that went by I had a little bit more and more belief that we could maybe get the job done, but Jake was just a little bit too quick for us at the end there.
What was it like for you being back on the podium, but also standing alongside a teammate? That does make it special, doesn't it? Although you probably would have liked the positions reversed, but hey ho.
No, I feel like Jake ruined our summer break. To be like, he's won how many races this year? He needs to chill out. Like, just let us have this glory. But no, it was good. Like, I feel like I said earlier, Mikey drove out of his skin in that race. And like, if I had the pace to put it to him at the start, I would have, but he was very quick. So I had to be a bit strategic with Jake because there was such a big gaggle that I didn't want to go from 2nd to 17th. So it probably allowed Mikey to have a bit of breathing space, which it's still, like, to get us both on the podium is something that I'm immensely proud of. Like, I can't take credit for anything that Mikey did. He drove very well. He would have been there without me. But it was nice just to put it to the big guns and actually get back on the outright podium. As you said, a double podium for this team is a credit to what Evans Halshaw have given us, and it's nice to be in that mix.
Just thoughts on this weekend, really. How do you see coming into Croft? Have you done some work on the car? Have you made it any better? What are your hopes and expectations this weekend, briefly?
I mean, I think it's just little refinements really coming from Alton Park. You know, we got the car in such a nice window there that we've kind of carried on from where we left off to an extent, just with a few little tweaks to try and improve our car in certain areas. So that's what's nice when you've got the car that's working in the window. You're not trying to make drastic changes to find chunks of time. You know, you're just trying to make little adjustments to make the car feel a little bit better to drive, so you can commit to the lap a little bit more without the worry of going off or doing track limits or something. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. And yeah, I think the track is similar here to Alton Park in some of its corners. So hopefully, if the car was good there, it should be good here as well.
Best of luck.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We look forward to seeing what you can do out there in qualifying with it. See you guys later.
Thank you.
Good luck, guys.
See you later.
So the two Evans Halshaw with PowerMax Racing Astras will no doubt be part of this battle. In terms of who is where, well, Mikey Doble is going to be in Group 1. He was 13th in the earlier session, and in Group 2 is going to be Aaron Taylor-Smith, who was 12th earlier on in the day. So Josh Cook, Tom Chilton, Tom Ingram, they were the drivers that topped FP2, and fourth quickest, Tim, Chris Smiley for Restart Racing. I know it's only free practice, but that's given the team a bit of a boost to know that they were up there. I know, again, it was a slightly rain-affected session. It got wet towards the end, so you had to get your laps in early, but they've been chipping away and making some progress.
Let's have a look at the qualifying groups then. It is Group 1, Josh Cook, Tom Ingram, Daniel Robot, Rob Huff, Jake Hill, Alf Sutton, Mikey Doble, Aidan Moffat, Dowd de Leon and Nick Holstead. Then in Group 2, coming up a little bit later, it is Chilton, Smiley, Turkington, Morgan, Watson, Taylor-Smith, Pearson, Camish, Sumpton and Osborne, as cars are being pushed into the fast lane, getting ready as well. A little bit delayed due to incidents earlier on in the day, but we are getting ready to go. Let's give you an update on the weather. Humidity 63%, air temperature 19.4 degrees, track temperature is 27.2 degrees. We've had 1 millimetre of rainfall, and that was some quite heavy rain around lunchtime. The track was drying and has now dried, so track condition is dry, and wind direction is south at 7 miles per hour. So it's gone down a couple of miles per hour since free practice 2. But we look forward to qualifying for round 16 of 30. Part 1 is 2 qualifying groups, which we mentioned a little bit earlier on. 10 cars in each, and the top 6 go through to part 2. And part 2 is the top 12 fighting for 6 places, where we go into part 3, which is the top 6 fighting it out for pole. That is your qualifying format for 2024 here at the British Touring Car Championship. And with over, well, I believe 15 cars in the within a second of each other, we had 3 pairs of drivers, so 6 drivers in total, 3 pairs having the exact same time to each other, and I have not seen that in a very, very long time. So this is going to be a very close qualifying session here at Croft. We look at Rob Huff getting ready in the Toyota Gazoo racing team with his Toyota Corolla. I spy a certain Jade Edwards in the pit lane, and this is the hybrid energy management for qualifying. Hill has 1 second of hybrid per lap, and he can deploy it at 84 miles per hour. Ingram has 3 seconds and can deploy it at 84 miles per hour as well. Sutton 5 seconds, 84 miles per hour. Then it's on to 81 miles per hour deployment speed. Camish with 7 seconds and Cook with 9 seconds. Then on to 78 miles per hour deployment speed. Turkington 11 seconds. Morgan 13 seconds. And also Taylor Smith has 13 seconds of hybrid per lap, but has a lower deployment speed of 71 miles per hour. Getting ready then for the start of qualifying, and green light is on, green flag is out, and away we go for part 1 of qualifying. The nappers out first of Sutton and Rowbottom in this session, because they are at the front of pit lane. But 10 minutes delayed, and we are underway. Cars just venturing out onto the circuit. The other cars getting ready for the next session. And we're just watching Sutton go through the chicane. We go. On board with Ash Sutton we go now. And through up towards the second chicane on this circuit. Already a minute gone in the session. And up towards Barcroft. Sunny in towards Sunny out. Sutton goes. Then it is down towards the complex, as we have a quick look at the Jim Clark S's momentarily, just before Barcroft and Sunny in, down at that part of the circuit. Sutton into the hairpin now. He exits the hairpin and he dives into pit lane to change tyres as they normally do. The napper Ford's Hill warming his tyres up as he goes across the line for a second installation lap. So does Daniel Rowbottom, he does the same. Ingram, Halstead, Huff, Doble and De Leon, they all come into pit lane. And Moffat, Cook, Hill and Rowbottom are the 4 drivers who stay out for a second installation lap. 7 minutes and 45 seconds to go. And cars just on their installation laps currently. Will get the first lap times momentarily. As we look down from the drone shot up at the chicane. in the first sector as well. Just having a look at Aidan Moffat going through Tower Bend up through the S's. Jake Hill goes wide into the hairpin and he will go through once more. He's starting a quick lap now, is Jake Hill in the 24 BMW. He flashes his lights as he goes through turn 1 to alert the other drivers who have just come out of pit lane of his presence. I believe that was the number 80 he was flashing of Tom Ingram to get out of the way there. As into Tower Bend he goes. He's got Rob Huff just ahead of him. Will Rob Huff give way? It's a 24.930 purple sector 1. Through the Jim Clark S's we go up to Barcroft and into Sunny Inn he goes. Into the braking zone for Sunny Inn. Throws it in. Rob Huff just ahead. Through Sunny we go. Then in towards Sunny out. Rob Huff stays to the inside. Jake Hill goes round to the outside. Sector 2 time 33.659. Hill's first lap, a 127.203 banker lap. He will absolutely storm that as he goes round the hairpin to complete the lap. Down the straight towards the line, what will it be? It's a 121.808. A good first lap, a really good first lap for the 24 of Jake Hill. And we are within a tenth already of the qualifying lap record. Ash Sutton through the Jim Clark S is now up through Barcroft and towards Sunny Inn. He goes. He is also on a quick lap. His first sector time was a 24.744. We wait to see what his sector 2 time is. It's a 33.411 as he goes down towards the complex. It's in between Sunny out and the complex is where the sector 2 line is. Sutton turns right out of the complex towards the hairpin he goes. Hybrid unavailable, he's already used it. Out of the hairpin he goes across the line. It's a 121.3 from Ash Sutton. An absolutely incredible lap, and this is where I double check the lap record, because I believe we've already done the qualifying lap record. I do believe. Let me just double check. We may have done. Yes, we have. Qualifying lap record 1 minute 21.468 by Colin Turkington in 2022. We have just done a 121.388, so we have beaten the qualifying lap record set by Colin Turkington in 2022 in the first 7 minutes of this qualifying session. Ashley Sutter is going on another fast lap. He is through Sunny out up towards the sector 2 line. First sector 24.680. It was purple, but Rowbottom's taking that purple sector away from him. Rowbottom did a 24.495. Sutton's second lap 33.531. He gets a little loose on the exit of the complex. Has that costed him time? He goes out of the hairpin. We are on board with him. His own time to be at 121.388. He does a 121.405. So just not fast enough to improve. But we look to his teammate Rowbottom, who is using his hybrid up towards the complex. He saved 3.2 seconds. He's a quarter of a second up. He locks up into the second part of the complex. Through the final part of the complex, he goes up towards the hairpin. He throws it into the hairpin. He gets on the accelerator, uses all the curb, up towards the line. Where does he go? It is a 1 minute 21.028. We are absolutely storming the qualifying lap record as we pick up Tom Ingram, who is about to come across the line. He's currently 9th. Where does he go? Cook goes 3rd. Ingram goes Second, 121.133. Top 4 separated by exactly 4 tenths of a second. And someone has just had a massive lockup at turn 1 in front of Tom Ingram. And in front of Tom Ingram is the 16, the 66 and the 24. And Rowbottom's lap time has been deleted. Rowbottom's lap time has been deleted by the stewards, so that 121.0 has been disallowed, and he goes to the bottom of the leaderboard, so he'll have to set another lap time. Josh Cook in third, currently on a lap time 24.594 sector 1, 33.410 sector 2 as he goes round the circuit. Someone has had a big off at the chicane, a massive grass, sorry, that's down at Sunny Out, massive dust cloud from the grass. We pick up Rob Huff, currently 8th. He needs to improve to 6th at least to get through. He goes up towards the line, he uses the last of his hybrid. He's currently 8th. Where does he go? He goes 6th, so Rob Huff is on the bubble, and then he gets knocked out by Daniel Rowbottom, 121.450. So Huff is currently out. He has time to do another lap at just one more lap. Josh Cook is 800ths down, so he stays second, and Daniel Rowbottom's lap time has been deleted again. So Daniel Rowbottom's lap time has been deleted again, so he has to make another lap now and keep it within track limits to get through. He's 10th and last with no time set. He's using his hybrid out of Tower Bend up towards the Jim Clark S as he goes. Through the S's now, through the fields, and then into the braking zone of the Sunny In corner. He goes now. He has got the 12 of Rob Huff ahead of him again as he uses his hybrid out of Sunny Out towards the complex. He is 6, nearly 7 tenths out. He locks up into the second part of the complex. Checkered flag is out, by the way. So Daniel Rowbottom, I don't think this will be enough. Daniel Rowbottom could not get through to part 2 of qualifying. We'll see. Out of the hairpin he goes. No time set because every single of his lap times has been deleted by the stewards. Where does he go? He goes 7th. Daniel Rowbottom cannot get through to part 2 of qualifying. Huff first to go across the line. He's 6th and on the bubble. Doble 5th, Hill 4th. They've all crossed the line. So 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 9th have crossed the checkered flag. Moffat is out as well as Rowbottom. Darryl DeLeon currently in 8th. He is about to go across the line. Through the hairpin he goes into Duckham's car. Could have used more curb, could Darryl DeLeon. He uses the last of his hybrid across the line. He stays at 8th. And Halstead takes the checkered flag and stays 10th. So, at the end of that, no one else is improving. It's Tom Ingram, Josh Cook, Ash Sutton, Jake Hill, Mikey Doble and Rob Huff going through to the top 12 shootout. And Rowbottom, DeLeon, Moffat and Halstead are your cars knocked out and not advancing to the top 12. And that is a shock for Daniel Rowbottom. Just could not keep it in the track limits. And he is out and will have to fight from the back of the grid tomorrow. Black and white flag for number 12, so that would be Rob Huff's. Also a black and white flag in that session for the number 32 of Daniel Rowbottom. That's because he had multiple, at least 2 lap times deleted by the stewards, maybe even 3. Aidan Moffat circulating round the hairpin now to drag it into pit lane. And that concludes part 1, group 1 of this qualifying session. Moffat gets called into Toka Technical, so he will go through the technical checks as everyone else pulls into pit lane. It's a very narrow pit lane here. It's probably the narrowest on the calendar here. Knock Hill as well, which is next up. Top 10, well top 9 separated by 0.995. Nick Halstead 3.7 seconds off the pace. So he was way off the pace, just couldn't get a lap together. We'll hope to head down pit lane and we'll see if Louise has got anyone to talk to.
The fastest 6 out of the next group.
If
And
she has, we will head down there momentarily. Let's go through Group 2, which is about to go green. Here it is. Tom Chilton, Chris Smiley, Colin Turkington, Adam Morgan, Andrew Watson, Aaron Taylor-Smith, Ronan Pearson, Dan Camish, Scott Sumpton and Sam Osborne. Aisle cars out. Aaron Taylor-Smith very nearly runs into the back of his teammate Doble. That could have ended badly. That could have ended very badly if teammates damaged each other's cars trying to get out of pit lane. But Group 2 underway, 9 minutes on the clock already. That's how quick the 10-minute session goes, already a minute gone. And very quick turnarounds here as soon as the last car is in. Give it a couple of minutes and the next session is underway. It is so quick, so fast paced. We're on board with Colin Turkington, who is heading in towards Sunny in and Sunny out. Let's see who comes into pit lane and who continues on. Osborne should pit. He doesn't. Does Camish, his teammate, pit? Yes, he does. Camish does pit. So, one Napa car pitting, the other going through. Pearson and Watson. Taylor-Smith has pitted as well, as this is just the cars changing tyres, getting tyres warmed up, just getting the car warmed up. So Camish, Pearson, Watson, Taylor-Smith, Sumpton and Smiley are the cars who have pitted. Gone through Osborne, Turkington, Morgan and Chilton, as we watch Osborne going through Tower Bend now. Then it's out of Tower Bend up towards the Jim Clark S's as tyre changes ongoing at the 40 Evans Halshaw car of Taylor-Smith. We see that on one of the pit lane cameras. Osborne in towards Sunny in we go. We wait to see what the first lap times will be. If Osborne completes this lap, which it looks like he will, we will see what the first lap times are. But first, let's go down to Louise Goodman.
But, you know, the first lap I felt was really clean. I don't know where it was. We've not had a radio report of what turn it was, so I can't really self-criticise. The only place I think we were marginal was maybe out the back, but I've been doing the same line all day and not getting pinged for it, so I don't know. The second push lap, I definitely did track limits. I just made a mistake and dropped the wheel. But yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? It's touring car racing in 2024, so just have at it, you know. On
the plus side, you've got a fast car, so you can be making your way through the field.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first lap we did would have put us P1 in that section anyway. So the car feels great. I think we're driving it well. We just got to, we'll get a break one day.
You will. Bad luck.
Thank you.
Dan Rowbottom there, having most of his lap times cancelled for track limits. Colin Turkington on a lap time at this current moment. Through the Jim Clark S's we go, left and then right, out. A little bit wide, but it'll keep it in track limits through Croft, the right-hander. Then into a tighter right-hander at Sunny in. Then into another tight right-hander at Sunny out. He gets a little bit loose, but he keeps it in track limits. Colin Turkington, 25.043 Sector 1, 34.212 Sector 2. Into the first part of the complex, into the right-hander at the second part of the complex. Then into a sweeping right-hander at the third part of the complex. Then into the left-hand at the hairpin. He's currently top. Where will he go? He will improve on his time by at least 10 seconds. It's a 1:22.783. He'll have to be faster than that, but that's a good first lap for Colin Turkington. Dan Camish is also on a lap. He had a purple sector 1, 24.827. That got taken away by Watson, 24.823. So 4 thousandths separate Camish and Watson's first sector time. Camish, purple sector 2, 33.611. We wait to see what Watson's sector 2 time is. It's a 33.865. Camish is slower by 4 thousandths in the first sector, but faster by 2.5 tenths in the second sector. So Camish at the moment is faster than Watson. If Watson is estimated first, then Camish must be estimated first. Here we go. Across the line, Camish will use the last of his hybrid. Across the line, it's a 1:21.829 for Camish. We look behind at the exit of the hairpin for Andrew Watson. Hybrid unavailable. Where does he go as Pearson goes third? Watson goes second, 1:22.073. Yet to complete a official lap time. Osborne, Chilton, Taylor Smith, Sumpton and Smiley. Camish's lap time has just been deleted, so Turkington back up to the top with a 1:21.985. So Camish's fastest lap has been disallowed, so he is off the top of the timing screen. Morgan third, Taylor Smith fifth, but goes down to sixth as Chris Smiley goes third. A good lap time from Chris Smiley. It's a 1:22.424. Massive lock up for Tom Chilton into Sunny in. He keeps it on the apex. He's able to control it, but that was a massive lock up. That wouldn't have done anything good for the tyres. Purple sector 1, purple sector 2. In through the complex we go. In towards the right-hander. Another lock up on the right rear for Chilton. In towards the hairpin he goes. He throws it in. Chilton, 2 lockups in 1 lap, but where will he go? Will he go top? Purple sector 1, purple sector 2, purple sector 3, 1:21.058. Good lap time from Tom Chilton. That puts him top comfortably by 0.642 of a second. Next to come across the line to finish a lap time, and a fast one, we are looking at the timing screen. Morgan goes across the line, so does Taylor Smith and Smiley. Taylor Smith we pick up out of the hairpin down towards the line with 2 minutes left in this session. Morgan goes 5th, Taylor Smith goes 4th, Chris Smiley up to 6th. Keeping an eye on the timing screen to see if anything else changes. Morgan down towards Tower Bend. We look from the drone camera as the drone has made itself towards the inside of Tower Bend. Morgan hits the apex nicely, hits the exit curb nicely. So does the 40 behind him of Taylor Smith. So does the 222 of Chris Smiley behind Taylor Smith. Through the Jim Clark S's we go. Morgan keeps it stuck nicely, so does Taylor Smith. Chris Smiley gets a little bit of a slide but keeps it on the track, I do believe. Morgan through Sunny in, he clips the dirt. He keeps it on the track just about. As he goes through Sunny out, he keeps it in track limits. Morgan is safe for track limits for now. He's 1.7 seconds down though, so this will be a slow lap from Adam Morgan, and he is 7th. Adam Morgan could not get through. There's a possibility that Adam Morgan, he'll have one more lap to do it. Also, Sam Osborne needs to be a little faster, because he, I believe, is on his final lap because of where he is on the circuit. I don't think he'll be able to get around in the next 18 seconds. It'll be close. Scott Sumpton, personal best sector 1, personal best sector 2. He goes up towards the line. Where does he go? He's currently 10th and last. He stays 10th and last. Improves on time, not position, 122.717 as he goes up towards turn 1. Checkered flag is out in 10 seconds time. Something gets a little bit of a slide on at the exit of turn 2 and 3. Checkered flag is out now. Time of checkered order: Chilton, Camish, Turkington, Taylor, Smith, Watson, Smiley, Morgan, Osborne, Pearson and Sumpton. Will anything change? Across the line, Camish, Osborne, Pearson. Osborne and Pearson is confirmed out. Chilton pits Turkington across the line. He stays third. Morgan needs to improve this lap. Yellow sector 1 and yellow sector 2 though, so I don't think he'll be able to improve. We pick him up as he goes through the complex. Right behind him is Aaron Taylor Smith in 4th. And Morgan has pulled out. Morgan has backed off his lap, so Morgan is out of qualifying. We look to Scott Sumpton, who is exiting the complex and into towards the hairpin now. He's in 10th, personal best sector 1, yellow sector 2. He'll have to pull something out the bag by a second at least to get in. What will he do? Will he go across the line or will he pit? He's not going fast, so he'll pit. So that is confirmed. And what happened to Sumpton? Did he get a massive slide on or got a wheel on the grass? I believe that's at Sunny out. Yes, it is. So wheel in the grass at Sunny out. And Sumpton had to back up out of that. Okay, Group 2 through is Chilton, Camish, Turkington, Taylor Smith, Watson and Chris Smiley. Chris Smiley in the Restart Racing. Good to see him get through. Then it's Adam Morgan, Sam Osborne, Ronan Pearson and Scott Sumpton, who is out as well. So 6 drivers through, 4 drivers out. Morgan, Osborne, Pearson, Sumpton is out, as I said. A definitely more spread out group that time. Top 5 separated by 1.015 seconds. It was a little bit close in the midfield with 3 cars within a tenth of a second just. Then we look down pit lane, who will get ready for part 2 of qualifying, where the top 6 from each group goes through the top 12. Then at the end of this 10-minute session, we will have 6 cars to go through to the quick 6 to fight it out for pole. Let's go down and see what David Addison and Tim Harvey have to say about it.
When we get this second part of qualifying underway, so drivers are set and we await a green flag at the far end of the pit lane, although we've still got cars trickling into the pits. The last couple of cars just arriving now. But Tom Chilton, a really excellent effort that in that second group of Q1.
Yeah, that'll be the time that and the data that Ronan Pearson will be looking at to see where he could have potentially been quicker.
Indeed so.
A little bit of work been done on the Toyotas, trying to lose a bit of weight or redistribute the weight of the car. So the boot lid, I'm told, is a little bit lighter, and been some other work done on the cars.
They sound different as well this weekend. They got more of a musical engine note to my ears.
Well, I hadn't noticed that, but your ear is more finely tuned, perhaps.
Right, let's hear from the star of Group 2. Tom Chilton did an absolutely mega lap. He can tell Louise all about it.
It was a mega lap, wasn't it? The guys had just said the star of Q2.
Oh, it's nice. It's getting there, isn't it, Louise? This is the 4th round in a row. We've been into, well, we're going to Q2 now, but we've been into Q3. The car is fast. It's really fast, and it's all down to the boys. They've worked so hard, and also my superstar engineer, Barry Plowman. It's so nice to have a good car under me. I'm really enjoying myself.
Where's the improvement? What are you feeling in the car that's that much better that you're able to get the better times out of it?
Honestly, it's better slow speed, medium speed, high speed, better under brakes, turn in mid-corner and exit in traction, so everywhere. I've got to go.
Perfect, I'll leave you to it. Hopefully you can put that into good effect in the next session as well.
Well, there's a happy man, definitely, when your car's underneath you doing what you want it to do and you don't feel like there's an area that is really costing you time. That's what your engineer will always say to you. Where are you losing the most? What's the area that needs to improve the most? And he's thoroughly enjoyed working with ex-Dynamics engineer Barry Plowman.
So there, Ash Sutton. Matt Neal in the background, in fact, towering over all the cars. Right there you have got Tom Chilton's Hyundai from Team Bristol Street Motors ready to go. And
the nice thing is, all he has to do is exactly what he did before.
Yes.
The team aren't asking him, and he isn't asking himself to find any time.
No.
So he's...
Yeah, absolutely. We await the green flag at the end of the pit lane, and we get it now. Green flag. And part 2 of qualifying is underway. The top 12, the top 6 from each group, and they will become the top 6 from this session, will become the quick 6 contenders for pole. It's Sutton, Camish, Hill, Smiley, Ingram, Chilton, Watson, Huff, Cook, Doble, Taylor Smith, in that order out on track. And then of course the 12th car being Colin Turkington, who has exited the pit lane last. 45 seconds gone in this session, 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go, and all the cars just with their first installation laps. A lot of big names in this one, so a lot of big names could go out in this session. Sutton, Camish, Hill, Ingram and Chilton, Cook and Turkington. Of course, the 2 Foxhalls of Doble and Taylor Smith, you can't count them out as well. They have been quick the past couple of rounds. So we'll have to see. It could all turn on its head. It may be the last couple of cars to come across the line gets the fastest lap, but it's been not really the grandstand finishes to sessions. It's kind of all calmed down by the end of it. At Croft on board with Sutton, and he is heading across the line, warming his tyres. Jake Hill swerving behind him. Who comes into pit lane? Let's have a look. Smiley, Ingram, Huff, Cook goes through, Doble and Taylor Smith. So Taylor Smith, Doble, Huff, Ingram and Smiley pit, and it's Turkington, Watson, Chilton, Hill and Sutton who stay out on track. So tyre changes going on for all of those cars, and they will get back out momentarily. Here comes Doble and Taylor Smith. Doble and Taylor Smith, both Vauxhalls in the same session, so very busy there. It's busy down at the Toyotas as well, because Watson, Huff and Cook are all in the session. Down for the BMWs, it's busy because Hill and Turkington are in. And then for the Fords, it's Sutton and Camish. So 2 out of 4 nappers in this session. Will 2 out of 4 nappers be in the quick 6? We will have to see in around 7 minutes time. Sutton, first lap about to be on the board as he goes in towards the complex. And we'll see what he does. Will he complete the lap or will he go into pit lane? He dives into pit lane. What does Jake Hill do? Does Jake Hill complete the lap? Yes, he does. He goes across the line to start his first fast lap. That was a slow installation lap of a 1:32. Watson's installation lap was a 1:29.5. And Hill and Cook's installation lap was a 1:30.021. So keep an eye on the 4 at the top. Turkington, Watson, Cook, Hill. They are all on their first fast laps. Jake Hill's first sector 24.898, 24.884 for Turkington. That's a 126.254, so that was a quick installation lap. 24.688 for Watson. He's got the purple sector 1 at the moment. First sector 2 time in, 33.598 for Jake Hill. Will anyone be faster than him? He's still got 3 cars to go by. Mikey Doble on his outlap goes across the sector 2 line first, and the second car on a time 33.836, but 33.507 is the fastest sector 2 time currently. But we look to Jake Hill, who exits the hairpin up towards the line. Jake Hill, where does he go? He should go top. He does go top, 121.877. We look back to Watson, who's entering the hairpin now. Exits the final hairpin up towards the line. He's currently third. Where does he go? He goes second, 121.885. Cook goes top, 121.520, but that has been deleted by the stewards. Cook, who just went top, his lap time is gone, so Cook drops down to fourth, the last of drivers who have completed a lap. The bollard from the chicane up at turn 4 and 5 is on the circuit, so hopefully that won't cause any problems. It is as far away as from the racing line as it can possibly be. Rob Huff has just overtaken Chilton out in between Sunny Out and the complex. As he goes through the complex now, Rob Huff the next to complete a lap out of the hairpin. Could have used more curb, he doesn't. He keeps it on the circuit, he's safe with track limits. 1 minute 21.687. He goes top. Rob Huff top by just under 2 tenths. Hill then goes top again, 121.462. Ingram goes 7th, 139.169. That is his installation lap, so keep an eye on Tom Ingram, who will be on a fast lap now, and he is indeed on a fast lap because his first sector time is a 24.587, purple sector 1 for Tom Ingram. Colin Turkington, green sector 1, purple sector 2. He's out of the final corner, down towards the line. He's currently 6th. Where does he go? He goes top, 121.350. Taylor Smith goes third, 121.564. Rob Huff's lap time has been deleted by the stewards. So has Jake Hill's. Jake Hill's lap time has been deleted by the stewards. So that is big news with 3 minutes left to go in the session. Ash Sutton next to go across the line out of the final corner. Green sector 1, green sector 2. He's yet to set a lap time. He goes second, 121.401, 51 thousandths behind Turkington. Massive lockup for Ingram down into the complex. He gets it stopped just. Ingram, purple sector 1, purple sector 2. Massive lockup at the complex, but he kept it going. He's 12th and last, yet to set a competitive lap time. This is his first competitive lap time, and it is a competitive lap time. A 121.121. I think Tom Ingram likes 1s and 2s, as that is all that his lap time is made up of. A 121.121 with a 1 minute 21.121. 2 minutes left to go in the session. It's Ingram, Turkington, Sutton, Huff, Taylor Smith. Smiley is in the top 6 at this current moment. Taylor Smith improves on time, not position, 121.558. He is 5th and out of the drop zone currently. Out of the going through zone and in the drop zone, Camish, Chilton, Cook, Doble, Hill and Watson. But that could change because Camish is on a fast lap. He is 4 tenths down though. So we will have to see if he is able to get through. Green sector 1, yellow sector 2. There must have been a mistake somewhere. Maybe it's Sunny Out. Into the hairpin we go. Exit of the hairpin. He puts the throttle down. And he goes up towards the line. He's currently 7th. And out of the drop zone. Where does he go? he goes 6th and in the bubble. So if anyone improves from the drop zone up into the top 6, Dan Camish will be the one to go out with 1 minute left to go on the session. We pick up Watson, who's going into the complex. I don't think he's on a fast lap, I think he's on a prep lap. Watson leaving it to the final minute. Ingram has pitted, so Ingram thinks that a 121.121 is enough. Ingram is taking no further part in this session with 45 seconds to go. Cook and Watson go across the line. We have a look for Huff as well, who is going towards the complex now. Black and white flag for number 88. So black and white flag for Doble, he's in 10th. Chilton, another lock up into Sonny in. He still gets it rotated. Through Sonny out, bouncing over the curb, keeps it in track limits we go. Currently 8th. But he is 8 tenths down, so this will not be enough for Tom Chilton. Tom Chilton could be out, and I think will be out of this session. Jake Hill in 11th. Jake Hill could be out as well. That would be big news. Jake Hill is a second down, so Jake Hill will be out of this session. Chilton takes the checkered flag. Chilton goes 8th. He was the star of Group 2, David Addison and Tim Harvey described him as. He is now 8th and out and not advancing into the top 6. Hill goes across the line. He stays 11th. Tom Chilton and Jake Hill confirmed out. 2 big names out in the top 12. Doble 10th, checkered flag, he's out. Camish is 6th, he's on the bubble. Cook pits and takes a checkered flag, he is out. Watson takes a checkered flag, he is also out. Taylor Smith in 5th takes a checkered flag. I don't think anyone is improving, so I think that is your order. Ingram, Turkington, Sutton, Huff, Taylor Smith, Camish through. Smiley, Chilton, Cook, Doble, Hill, Watson out. We wait for it to be confirmed. Smiley I don't think is improving enough. We see what Smiley has done, if he's pitted or if he's gone round another time. No, Smiley has pitted, so yes, that has confirmed it. It's Tom Ingram, followed by Colin Turkington, then Ash Sutton, Rob Huff, Aaron Taylor-Smith and Dan Camish. Those are your 6 drivers fighting for pole here at Croft. Then out, not advancing to the top 6, is Smiley, Chilton, Cook, Doble, Hill and Watson. Let's go down and see what David Addison and Tim Harvey have to say about that dramatic qualifying session.
Two Napa racing cars of Camish and Sutton. Huffy, of course, threw in the Toyota.
For the first time. For
the first time, yeah. Well done, Huffy. He's looking to start the second half this year in strong form. And, of course, Ingram. He's looking at Huffy, looking at the times, looking at his lap, maybe. I think that's probably just looking at the TSL timing sheet to see where he is. Taking a few deep breaths and just composing himself for one more mega lap. So looks like the tyre window, though, I was just going to say, is very small, even for the rear-wheel drive cars, because Hill just couldn't come back, even though he should have had life in his tyres. David, with some facts and figures.
He's getting us off you first up that Ash Sutton has been into Q3 in every session thus far, and not only Rob Huff, but also Aaron Taylor-Smith into Q3 for the first time.
Good stuff.
Yes, there we are. Right.
Any more factoids for us, David?
Yeah, there'll be more to come.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm going to pepper them. I don't want you to peak too soon.
No, salt and pepper them, or just pepper them?
Just pepper them, yes. Okay. I don't want your faux interest to wane too soon.
Would you like to read out the results?
If that's all right with you. Tom Ingram is the quickest then in Q2 from Colin Turkington. And Ash Sutton, who, did you know, has been in Q3 now every time this year.
I told you that earlier.
Rob Huff, who's not been in Q3 before, he's 4th. And Aaron Taylor-Smith makes it to Q3 for the first time as well. He's 5th, with Dan Camish 6th. Chris Smiley out. Tom Chilton, sadly, along with Josh Cook and Mikey Doble, also miss out. So too Jake Hill and Andrew Watson. So that is the order at the end of Q2. The bottom 6, we know their grid positions, but it's the top 6 that now have it all to fight for.
But I do think it's good to see Rob Huff and Aaron Taylor-Smith in the top 6 for the first time. Let's get some serious comment. Louise is with Jake Hill in the pits.
I am, and I think that the frustration is written all over Jake's face. I mean, the irony was we were talking earlier on about the lack of hybrid. That wasn't what handicapped you, was it?
No, someone who can't see clearly, because I didn't do a foot wrong there. You know, I've actually absolutely done everything perfectly. You know, I've not put a foot wrong, not a single track limit, all 3 sessions, and then somehow magically one's appeared. I haven't ever stepped the mark. I was literally perfect on my curbs every time. So I'm raging, to be honest, because I'd done the job. You know, I was P6, P7, which is cool. You know, I knew that's roughly what we were going to be able to get. Because it was tight, you know, it was tough, but we were pretty quick, you know. I mean, I was really happy with my pace. I'm as quick as Colin, and you know, quicker than Adam with no hybrid. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the car. The car's fantastic. The team have done an amazing job, but yeah, appalling decision by whoever's making it.
And not even anything, a decision that you can do anything about, is it? Because it's a judge of fact rather than having any sort of technology out there to say, yes, you're definitely over the line.
This is the problem, you know. This is why, you know, ideally all the tracks would have sensors or some sort of sensors at the key corners, but I'd love to know where they've pinged me, because I still have no idea. And yeah, I'm pretty annoyed, because in my eyes I really did nothing wrong and I've not put a foot wrong so far.
Thanks, Jake.
No worries.
Yeah, Jake Hill not pulling any punches in all of that, is he? And you can understand the frustration, especially, and you made the point earlier on, no sensors here. It is down to somebody looking at the track and assessing it.
It's down to eyeballs, and he may have got it wrong. He might have got the wrong car number.
Yeah.
There's no way that you can review that situation and know that it's right. That's why the drivers actually accept sensors and cameras, because it is factual and you know. But a judge of fact is just using his eyeballs. He sees a car go wide, he writes it down on his notepad where 2 others might have gone wide as well. He might have written the wrong number down. There's no way you can review it. And this is professional motorsport. You know, Jake Hill is leading the championship. He's got a lot at stake here. So I understand his frustration.
Absolutely, and I know that it's expensive to put in the sensors like MSV have at their circuits, but there's got to be a better solution, surely, than just the human eye. Aaron Taylor-Smith, however, is on his way down the pit lane, green flag shown.
My argument has always been, if you can't enforce a rule fairly and consistently, then you don't have it. Because if you didn't have that limit there...
Yeah, absolutely. And Jake Hill not happy about that at all, and you can absolutely see where he is coming from with his point. Part 3 underway, and it's Sutton, Camish, Turkington, Ingram, Taylor, Smith and Huff in that order as we jump on board with Rob Huff, who is exiting the pit lane. So it's 2 Fords, 1 BMW, 1 Hyundai, 1 Vauxhall and 2 Toyotas. Sorry, 1 Toyota. We are on board with one of the Fords of Ash Sutton as he goes in towards Sunny in and Sunny out. I can't remember the last time that I actually saw that it was sunny at Sunny in and Sunny out. It's always cloudy up there in North Yorkshire and at the Croft circuit. With 8.5 minutes left to go, Sutton in towards the complex. He will pit this time for new tyres. And he dives to the left to do that now. So does Taylor Smith and Tom Ingram. So Sutton, Taylor Smith and Ingram are the ones who pit. Camish, Turkington, Huff are the ones who are double install laps. And we just wait to see the next steps for that correction. Huff pits as well, so it is literally just the 2 cars of Turkington and Camish who are doing a double install lap as Sutton, Ingram, Taylor Smith and Huff all come into the pit lane. Turkington up towards the Jim Clark S's, into the left, into the right. First sector was a 26.855. Second sector was a 35.704 as he goes towards the complex now. Does Colin Turkington not used any of his 11-second hybrid? Does he use any going up towards the complex? No, he doesn't. Here comes Tom Ingram out of pit lane. So does the number 1 of Ash Sutton. He follows. We cut back to Colin Turkington, who is about to enter the hairpin. What is his first time? His first install lap. His first quick install lap. It's a 126.594. He will push now. He will properly push this time. The 20 of Colin Turkington. He gets ahead of Rob Huff in the pit lane, but he has got the number 1 of Sutton and the 80 of Ingram up ahead, so they may come into contention. As here's Colin Turkington, 25.865. He's 0.990 of a second quicker than what his first sector was on the install lap. We have a look at Sutton, who is on an out lap as well. Camish, the only car still in the pit lane, and he exits now. So all 6 cars out on track for the final 5.5 minutes of this session. Ingram on an out lap. He goes into the hairpin. We keep an eye on Colin Turkington. He's 2 seconds up on his install lap. He needs to do more. This will be a slow, fast lap, if that makes any sense. Colin Turkington may go for another fast one, because this will not be quick enough. This will be nowhere near quick enough. It's a 122, 123, 124.974. So we'll keep a note of his 25.865 sector 1, and we'll see if he... Yes, he's 2 seconds quicker in sector 1 already. So this is Turkington's first proper push lap, a 24.522 for Colin Turkington. Colin Turkington, this is his lap. Sutton is also on a lap. Ingram is on an installation lap, so is Huff. Taylor Smith is on a quick lap as well, with all 3 drivers, Turkington, Sutton and Taylor Smith, all of their first sector times are in the 24 seconds. 33.378 sector 2 for Colin Turkington. Sutton will have to go again. Sutton will not do enough. Camish starts his out lap. Sorry, he starts his fast lap. Sutton is a 10th down. Here comes Sutton, and this will be to start his quick lap. Sutton on his installation warm-up lap, it's a 124.919. So 55 thousandths quicker on his installation lap, but the first proper lap of the session, Colin Turkington, a 121.072. Good lap from Colin Turkington, as he's still throwing his car around down into turn 1 even after that lap, but now he's backed off. Getting ready for his next laps. Taylor Smith, 121.433. We have a look to Dan Camish, a purple sector 1, 24.510. Sector 2, a 33.488. He's already used all of his hybrid, so he's got no hybrid available for the rest of this lap. He exits Sunny out, and down towards the complex he goes. He's 98 thousandths down in sector 2. It's a green sector 2 for him otherwise. Lock up on the rear left in towards the complex. He keeps it stuck and he keeps it going. In towards the hairpin he goes. Gets it turned. Exits the hairpin. Where does he go? He hasn't set a time yet. It is a 121.245, which puts him second. Taylor Smith, little bit of a lock up in towards Sunny in. He's throwing his car around as well. Very bouncy over Sunny out inside curb. Down towards the complex we go. We get his second sector time. It's a 33.552. It's yellow. He's 3 tenths down. Colin Turkington down in towards turn 1. We keep an eye on him. 2 minutes 25 seconds to go. Aaron Taylor-Smith, exit of the final corner, down towards the line. He's currently third. Where does he go as Huff goes fourth? Aaron Taylor-Smith does not improve. He stays third. Keeping an eye on Rob Huff as he is improving once again. Also improving is Tom Ingram. He's in sixth. Keeping an eye on the timing screen. 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. Ingram on a lap. Out of Tower Bend he goes. He keeps it in track limits. Up towards the S's. Left. Then right. Huff following behind him. Ingram, massive lock up into Sonny in. He gets it stopped. Through Sonny out he goes. Up towards the sector 2 line. Ingram, a 33.411. He's 72 thousandths down on Turkington. He'll have to improve in sector 3 if he wants that pole position. Hybrid unavailable for the rest of this lap. Rob Huff is 4 tenths down on Turkington, so he will have to improve massively and go again if he wants pole. Tom Ingram up towards the line. Where does he go? Across the line he goes third, 121.253. Everyone starting their final laps now. Camish, I don't think will be able to get around for another lap time. Lot of yellow on the timing screen. I don't think anyone will improve this time. This could be the end of qualifying in this order. .30 seconds left. Camish will not get through, so everyone is on their final laps now. First across the line will be Dan Camish. He's currently in second. He takes the checkered flag, he stays second. Then across the line is current pole sitter Colin Turkington. He goes across the line and he stays first and takes the checkered flag. Then it will be Huff. Takes the checkered flag in fifth. Taylor-Smith takes the checkered flag in fourth. Tom Ingram takes the checkered flag in third. Turkington and Ingram pitted instead of taking the checkered flag. So Turkington in towards Tokyo Technical. But let's quickly go through your results of part 3. On pole is Colin Turkington. Row 1, Turkington and Camish. Row 2, Ingram and Taylor-Smith. Row 3, Huff and Sutton. And pole time a 121.072. That absolutely beats the qualifying lap record set by Colin Turkington, a 1 minute 21.468 by 4 tenths of a second. That was set 2 years ago in 2022. So Colin Turkington improves his lap record and he keeps his qualifying lap record here today. Top 6 separated by 0.510 of a second. Colin Turkington has pole by 0.173. How many cars were within the qualifying lap record of 2022? 4. Huff was 100 slower, but let's go down and hear from ITV, who will talk to Colin Turkington momentarily when he gets out the car.
Half a second covering those 6 drivers that got themselves through into Q3. Turkington, Camish, Ingram, Taylor-Smith, Huff and Sutton being the order. Last couple of cars making their way to the pit lane. So
good effort by Camish, I thought, because he just got in, if you remember, just got through that second section to get in. But his times have improved in each run, and that's always a sign that a driver's delivering his max.
Colin Turkington, a happy man as he gets out of the car, a 3rd BMW pole of the year, his 2nd. And helmet will be off in a moment. All smiles, no doubt. So Colin Turkington with a job well done. Get some water from Dan Mayer, the championship coordinator.
Not just any water, pole position water.
Yes, indeed. So Colin Turkington steps forward, and greets Louise, a very happy wife. There's another Louise standing by as well. So Colin Turkington, second pole position of the season, and off the smile on his face, Louise, this one really means something.
Yeah, we can tell. The guys are just saying this one really means something to you.
Yeah, it's yeah. I needed a good weekend, you know, especially after Oulton Park. You know, we lost a chunk of points, you know, and Croft's sort of been my patch, you know. So it's if anywhere you want to start the second half of the season, it's here. So yeah, to be honest, it was super difficult out there. You know, the Q1, I was struggling. You know, it was just fighting the car, and then each sort of Q2, Q3, we sort of got it tuned in a bit. But even Q3, you know, it's sort of had to coach myself around, you know, just not to overdrive, because it's so hard to get the car perfect in every corner at Croft, you know. So particularly the last sector, just had to almost drive at 95% and just sort of you know, hit all the dots, and you know, the lap time came. So you know, it's a tricky old circuit to find that perfect lap at, but you know, yeah, Team BMW give me the car today, so yeah, I'm really pleased, really pleased.
We were looking at some of your onboard, and Tim commented on the fact that the car, it looked like you for that final run, you got it in a really good position. It was just turning in beautifully and doing what you needed it to do.
Yeah, I think that's generally how it always looks from the outside. But as a driver, you're sort of you're preempting what's happening next. You know, I can feel, okay, the rear's about to break away, so you're just within that. But on TV, it looks like I'm on rails. But yeah, so certainly Q3. I got the front hooked up basically Q1 and Q2. I was just struggling a bit with the front end, and if you can't quite make the apex, then once you bring the throttle in, then you lose the back as well. So it's, you know, it's a double whammy. But just got the front hooked up, you know, it really suits my driving style. So yeah, it's always great to get pole, especially here.
And the way that the qualifying works now, it doesn't suit in a way what's been your traditional style, which is build yourself up gradually, and ultimately as the session goes on, you've got to deliver a lap in each of the 3 sessions, haven't you?
Yeah, there's no hanging around, and even you know, even Q1, as you say, you got to go out, bang, set the time. You can't sort of drive at 90% and think that's good enough, because you know, everybody's quick. So yeah, it's 3 quali sessions basically. So yeah, pressure's on, but it's nice when it comes together.
Pressure's on, you delivered. Well done, Colin. We look forward to seeing you out there at the front tomorrow, and we'll head round now, and let's dive in with our second place finish. I'm just going to butt in, and excuse me, sorry, Spence, just diving in on your conversation with your engineer there. Tom, good result.
Very good result, yeah, really, really good result. And coming into the weekend, I didn't really expect us to be fighting for pole. So to be lining up P3, it's great. Team Bristol Street Motors car is feeling absolutely phenomenal. Really, really good. And it's a joy to drive, it really, really is. When the car's like that, it's just ace. It feels really, really good. So I'm not disappointed in the slightest by P3. I'm obviously disappointed not to be pole, of course I am, but I can't look at that and go, oh no, we were screwed. But I made a slight mistake on my first flyer, which meant I had to take an extra build lap, unfortunately. Which is just one of those. There might have been some gravel down. It might have been the squidgy thing behind the wheel, quite probably. But I'll blame the gravel, and the wind was a southwesterly. It's now gone to a north-southerly, which is really weird. I don't know how it does that. Otherwise would have been pole, Louise, you see. That's how it works.
Rubbish. Yeah. But you say you weren't expecting to be on pole. Why not? Just from a hybrid perspective, or just you didn't think this was going to be a circuit that suited your car so well?
No, not in the sense it's not going to suit the car, but in any shape. I knew that actually we were going to be really strong here from a chassis perspective, but I kind of just was aware of the hybrid situation that we had, and I've sort of said where we are. I honestly expected Ash to be pole because of where. He's the same hybrid as I had at Alton. I expected Ash to be pole, you know, us to be then battling for sort of second and third. So, you know, it's good in that perspective, but it's, you know, the chassis-wise, you know, feels great. We're lacking a little bit of hybrid. You've got to start and end a lap with it. There's quite a few areas that makes a difference, but honestly, I cannot be disappointed. I will sleep very well tonight, knowing we've got a good car for tomorrow.
Good stuff. Well done. We'll see you out there tomorrow. And let's grab a word with the man who's going to be starting alongside Colin on the front row. Good result for you. You're going to be happy with that one.
Really happy with that one. If you'd have told me before this whole thing started you're going to be second, I would have snapped your hand off. I mean, we've, Paul here last year and really strong in terms of like how the car just came out the truck. Not that we've changed much today, but I think we're at that point of the season where we don't know all the time what tyre everyone's on. I was on quite well used mediums all day, and you're looking at the timesheet going, is that tyre? Is that just pure grip that we're going to bolt in and we can enjoy later in the day? And the team believed it was. I had to trust that that's the case, and we just chipped away. I think my first qualifying run in Q1, 21.7 or something. 5/10 off what I've just done, and nothing's changed but the bit in the middle, which is me. So, I've just edged, and over the last few rounds, we've had a good habit of kind of peaking when it really matters and delivering in the final part of Q, which I'm very proud of. And I said to the team, it's great that we have that. We're able to build as a team towards the penultimate moment. I think this sort of three-stage qualifying is really suiting the way that this car wants to be driven at the moment with me in it. I don't quite have the ultimate pace out the box, but if we can chip, we can peak higher than some. So, yeah, it's been a good day.
We had a few scalps fell to the dreaded track limits. In fact, you in one of the earlier sessions lost your times. How much of a concern was that in that final run for the grid?
It was a bit of a shock actually, because I'd seen Dan fall foul, and I was so disappointed for him because that lap was amazing. That's a pole position lap, or a very close to a pole position lap. I'm not quite sure what Colin's done, but I'm sure there wasn't much in it. He had a real good opportunity today, and that's a shame for Dan. But when I fell foul of it, I was like, I've not had one all day, so where's that? And it took them a while. I was really keen to, even into sort of Q2, still asking, have we got an update yet? Where is it? Because there's bits of track that I'm not using here, because I'm not entirely sure what I've just been done for. And they said, it was the S's, and you're thinking, it's kind of flat out the S's. I don't know why that's. I don't remember being there, but I was like, right, at least I know the rest of the track is kind of fair game now. But yeah, you've got to be careful. We all know the rules. The grid's so tight. We're looking for milliseconds here, half a tenth there. The nice thing about Q3, once you're there, is the pressure sort of drains away. The pressure's getting out of Q1. You feel so tense getting out of it, and then it's like, then Q2 you get that same feeling, and by Q3 it's like, well, I might as well throw caution to the wind now. It's either pole or bust. There's nothing in between, because worst that can happen, you're sick. So it's quite nice actually once you're to Q3. Actually, it's an enjoyable feeling to be qualifying in a fast car when the pressure's off.
Especially when you end up on the front row. Well done.
Yeah, well, I would say that one.
We'll see you out there tomorrow. Back to you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Louise. And that is the end of that qualifying. You can join us in an hour's time, 5:15, for the rescheduled Formula 2 Belgium sprint race. Tomorrow you can join us for race 1 at 11:50 for pit open, race start at 12:05. Race 2, 2:30 pit open, race start 2:45. And then for race 3, 4:45 for a race start at 5 p.m. Colin Turkington on pole for multiple times here at Croft, and he does the lap record, his own lap record, set in 2022 by over 0.4 of a second. We hope that you join us for race 1 starting at 11:50 tomorrow. See you then.